the next part of the phase that I like a lot was we knew you were going to have a diet break. So the system now has diet breaks built into it on purpose for any client, but and which goes off the science, and it's exactly the same kind of diet break I gave Colin during even before the peak week for the Olympia. I diet break you 2 weekends in a row.
It did, yeah. I think the 2 weekends out was 2 days, and I think one weekend out was 3 days. I mean, it was, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Just for y'all out there that may want to know this, or you're like, what is this? What, diet breaking that much? I've never heard of that. You know, I'm on the broccoli fish and just deplete completely. And no diet breaks are there. They're a very good point to do. They should be more frequent than people think. And it signals your leptin levels, which control the fat loss, to say, hey, I'm not in starvation mode. I'm going to release fat. It also takes your body out of a state of literal, well, this is simply starvation mode, but it also, there's a lot of other mechanisms in play just to literally defend you. And then your ghrelin levels get so strong, like you and I were talking about before this call, you know, a female competitor we know, that it'll push you to the point where I don't care if you had a special operations mentality, you will eat. Yeah. The body will win. Yeah. And you'll just pound food. So psychologically, it gives that physique athlete a huge edge to have that break and lets the body rest and recover. For sure. And then lose the weight. It's kind of that gush effect people talk about before you've heard. And for all you out there, it's just literally they come off a diet break, come off of it, and all of a sudden drop weight. Well, we put you on a diet break after digging that week to go 9 days to an international.
Either 9 or 10. I was away. Yeah.
So we diet break you. I put you at what I believed your maintenance to be at that time, which is apparently pretty accurate. At that time, the interface did not have that metabolic rate recalculation. I was doing that by hand still. Yeah. So, you know, calculating caloric expenditure in the gym and all kinds of other equations. But anyway, with you, I wanted to, and we're not going to give this part away, Colin, but for everybody out there, we decided that as much protein as everybody recommends, the body, when maintenance, when it's not in a deficit, doesn't require as much protein as everybody thinks it does, which allows me to give Colin a much higher carbohydrate and fat macronutrient level. And fat's very important for signaling the body hormones. It's also, you have to be in a surplus, though. You can't be in a deficit and have tons of fat and be on keto and all of a sudden your hormones are great. That's not it. If you're in a deficit, that's all to it. So we send him, he goes overseas to have a good time. He's on maintenance calories, and then you take it from there. Tell us what happened.
Yeah. So like prior to, I mean, I think, you know, I was nervous about this trip and the timing of it. It was literally 6 weeks out from the first show I did of the season, which was, it was September 15th was the first show of the season. So this was like last weekend of July into the first week of August. And I was really nervous about the timing. It's part of why we did our dig that we did earlier in the prep, because I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to Europe. I don't know what my gym access is going to be like. I don't know, you know, there's going to be some different foods that I'm going to want to try and kind of some stuff along those lines. So, you know, I put that out there, and Matt never was panicked like me. I'm thinking, I'm nervous, you know, and he's just like, yo, we'll just go into a diet break. I'm like, okay, we'll go into a diet break. So, and he's like all you're needing to burn based on the caloric intake that I'm going to give you is like 150 calories a day or something crazy like that. It was really, really low. Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, I'm going to be walking around Europe. I mean, I can practically do that with like a step goal, you know, like just kind of, you know, walking around. So over the 10 days, I didn't visit one gym, didn't lift one weight, which was also awesome for my central nervous system, my joints. So it was great to have that break built in. I did 3 like dedicated workouts where I did kind of some like running down dirt road type things with the dog, just kind of like get my heart rate up just because it felt good. I'm like, I'm 6 weeks out from a show. I should be doing something, right? And I'm enjoying all these foods in Europe. Like, you know, I was in Poland and Lithuania, and I was enjoying like all these foods that I'd never tried, and I was enjoying it. and we were at a certain caloric intake that you had prescribed. I got back from the vacation and I was lighter than when I left.
Yeah.
It was insane. And I didn't touch one weight, didn't get on one piece of cardio equipment. And I think the total of my 3 workouts together, like combined, was like 90 minutes combined of the 3 workouts that I did when I was there. So I was on a vacation, on a diet break, 6 weeks out from a show, still making progress. I mean, if I was bought all the way in. If Matt told me to walk on my head to Knoxville, I was what I would have done. So
built from experience, backed by science, and battle proven.